Hi everyone, we're going to be talking about Article 4 and what is it, when's it relevant, what's it all about. So my name is Neil Harding and welcome to Property Insight.
I'm Mark Ashworth.
So Article 4, it's all about HMOs and permitted developments. Mark, you've got HMOs?
Yeah, so a lot of people get a bit confused about what Article 4 is and what it means and all the rest of it. So let's just explain what happens with permitted development rights if you have a HMO in a non-Article 4 area. What that means is, under permitted development planning rules, in certain councils, they will allow you to convert a C3 dwelling, which is basically a normal family home, classed as C3 as its class use, into what's known as a C4 HMO, which is a shared accommodation of anything up to 6 people. And if you're in a non-Article 4 area, that will give you the right, without planning permission, to convert that property. So obviously if you need to do any conversion to the property that requires building regulations, that needs to be followed. But in terms of the number of people that you can have in the property, and incidentally it's not the number of rooms, it's the number of people. So you could have 6 double bedrooms that were big enough to house 2 people each or a couple.
Right.
That would come under different rules if you had 6 rooms with 2 people in each. So it's the number of rooms. So let's say you have a house with 3 double rooms and you wanted to accommodate 6 people, 3 couples, then that would fall under the C4 class use under permitted development without any issues from the council. However, if you are in an Article 4 area, which you'll need to find out from your council if you are, they have taken away the permitted development rights for you to do that automatically, and you will need to apply for planning permission to make a HMO of up to 6 people. Clear?
I'm with you so far,
Okay.
I think, yep.
If you want to house more than 6 people in that property, you have to apply for a different class use, which is known as sui generis. Don't ask me why it's called that.
Catchy name, catchy name.
But that's what it's called, and it requires full planning permission from your council in order to rent to 7 or more people in the same property. Irrelevant of the number of rooms, that's really important. It's the number of people that's important. And there are then other reasons and other criteria that must be met with the number of people in the house. For example, the amenity amount, which is the amount of kitchen space and the amount of bathroom or toilet space that you have in the property. So how many there are per person. And it also matters on the size of the room in which there is a kitchen, and the size of the communal living space as a comparison to the amount of space they have in their room. So if the room is under a certain size, they need to have a certain amount of space in the living area. However, if their room is big enough, then that's deemed to be sleeping and living accommodation.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot of criteria to meet which dictate whether or not you need to apply for planning permission. So the Article 4 thing is all based around the planning decisions about the local council and whether or not you require that permission or whether you can do it under permitted development. But irrelevant of wherever you are in the country, if your HMO has got 7 or more people in it, you will need planning permission.
Okay. All right. And Article 4 areas, is that, in your experience, is that most of the country or?
It's typically larger cities that have got a lot of people converting properties to HMOs, or councils where they've seen an influx of HMOs in a particular area so sometimes Article 4 areas are just postcode areas or areas within a city. It doesn't have to be the whole city itself. So typically where you have cities where there's lots of students, so big student cities tend to have Article 4 areas. Unusually Cambridge doesn't have an Article 4 area, which you'd think with a big university it would do. But Cambridge actually comparatively as a city isn't that big. It is a city because it has I don't think it does have a cathedral, but it's still deemed to be a city. But places like Coventry and Birmingham, Nottingham, all those big cities like that have Article 4 areas within them.
All right, good. Well, hopefully that's been helpful for you and insightful. Please do comment, like and subscribe to the Property Insight channel if you found that video useful for you, and we look forward to seeing you next time.